Unfriended Dark Web is a crappy movie. It's not like there were high hopes for it, since the first Unfriended was also pretty mediocre, but lo and behold, Hollywood needed a sequel, because money. So a sequel was unleashed upon audiences earlier this year at film festivals, and it was apparently met with rave reviews, which prompted skepticism. The theme of the first Unfriended movie was cyberbullying, and the theme of Unfriended Dark Web is, well, the dark web, or Hollywood's unrealistic and ridiculous version of it anyways. That, compounded with unlikable characters who do stupid things, makes for yet another bad horror movie, as if we don't have enough of those. So in order to review this movie, I have to spoil the whole movie. So be warned, spoilers start right now. So, at the start of the movie, we meet Matthias, a guy who we see booting up his new computer and trying to guess the password, which he figures out by pure chance. He Facebook messages his girlfriend, and we learn that she's deaf and that they're having relationship issues. Then he joins a Skype call with his stock character friends, loud obnoxious guy, British hacker guy, lesbian couple, and Asian girl, so that they can all participate in game night. He tells them they bought the laptop off Craigslist. So, if it wasn't pretty obvious already, Unfriended 2 has a contrived plot that has no semblance of logic whatsoever. Right off the bat, it's obvious that Matthias stole the laptop, since he didn't even know the password, so why bother telling anyone that he bought it? Obviously to manufacture drama and keep the plot going. Also, Matthias' girlfriend is conveniently deaf, so they can have communication troubles throughout the film that complicate situations and to create tension. The stock friend characters don't help much either. Much of their screen time is relegated to them jabbering pointlessly in the background while Matthias does computer things. The AJ character is by far the most incessantly loud and obnoxious one, and his constant shouting in the background is distracting, especially during these so-called tense moments. So anyway, Matthias finds out that his computer keeps crashing because there's almost no memory left. His hacker friend shows him how to unlock the nearly 1 terabyte of hidden files on it, and they all turn out to be creepy snuff films. There's also a convenient link to a hidden internet chat room called The River, and all the usernames start with Charon, after the ferrymen who carry people down the river Styx. There's even a cute pixelated animation of the river Styx, and the chat box makes loud ominous sounds whenever messages are entered into it. Now, movies are almost never realistic when it comes to technology, but here it's all the more distracting when everything else, like Google, Facebook, Skype, Wikipedia, are all portrayed mostly realistically, and then you get this creepy chat room that shows up, and it's just another cartoonish, unrealistic digital creation from the genius Hollywood filmmakers. So Matthias screen shares his findings, and naturally his friends get freaked out and get super suspicious, especially when the most recent video turns out to be the kidnapping of a missing girl in their area. But when they start badgering him with questions, he tries to lie and tells them that this whole dark web thing and the snuff videos are all part of a new interactive roleplay horror game that he created, since it's game night. This may be the dumbest excuse in movie history. Have you not seen all this horrible realistic shit on your computer? And some of it's also evidence in an ongoing missing persons case? Why would you not just call the cops? Oh, right, because this is a horror movie, and dumb things have to happen, otherwise we wouldn't have any more plot. Meanwhile, Matthias starts getting messages from other random users on the Facebook account linked to the computer. One message tells him that money was transferred to his account, presumably for making more snuff films. Then Matthias looks up the account and finds that it has $10 million in Bitcoin in it, and then, like an idiot, even starts a chat with the guy in that creepy chat room. Are you a freaking idiot, Matthias? Do you not realize that this is dangerous and suspicious shit? Why would you even reply to these random weirdos who apparently do sick things? Anyway, Matthias gets a Facebook message from the real owner of the laptop, and we learn that Matthias actually stole it from the lost and found at work. The real owner wants to meet up and get the laptop back, but girlfriend drama keeps Matthias from doing so. Then, when Matthias is finally able to video call his girlfriend, he discovers that a hooded figure is in her place, and we learn that this is the laptop's owner. Also, for no reason, whenever the hooded guy is in the frame, the whole computer screen glitches and distorts really badly. I guess because this guy has hacker powers, so that allows him to glitch the screen and only his image on the screen to hide his identity. He tells Matthias that he wants the laptop back or his girlfriend dies. Matthias agrees to a trade, his girlfriend for the laptop, but as insurance, Matthias transfers all the Bitcoin to another account. This pisses off the laptop's owner, but also alerts the creepy dark web chat room that the jig may be up. Then the rest of the movie devolves into what we all came here for, watching all the characters get killed off in creative ways, sometimes assisted by hacking. No, seriously. So, if it wasn't clear already, Unfriended 2's plot might be even more stupid than the plot of the first movie. The first movie at least had the theme of cyberbullying to anchor it and keep things focused. Here, there are so many contrived subplots and random ideas shoved in just to set up the death of a character or to move the plot along or something. For unlikable characters, look no further than Unfriended Dark Web. Matthias, the main character, is a terrible boyfriend. His girlfriend is deaf, yet we learn that he won't even go to ASL classes to learn sign language so they can communicate better. He's also a huge liar, lying about stealing the laptop and lying about the whole situation involving the laptop's owner and your girlfriend is what got your friends involved in this shit, you asshole. His friends, I've also mentioned, are boring stock characters who exist solely to get killed off in horrible ways. We learn nothing about their characters except for convenient tidbits that are just randomly tossed into the dialogue. Oh, her mom has terminal cancer. Oh, they just got engaged. Oh, he's a hacker, etc., etc. Maybe if they wrote the characters better, then we might actually care when they do get killed off. Also, why is this film even called Unfriended? The title made sense in the first film because the twist was that all the teenage friends turned out to be horrible people who held their own dirty little secrets. Dark Web happens to center on a group of friends, but they mostly stick together through the whole thing. Social media doesn't even play a huge role in the movie. I guess they just wanted another cash cow horror franchise. I'm looking at you, Jason Blum. Probably the best thing about Unfriended 2 is that there's no supernatural crap in the movie. The ghost and the Skype call in the first Unfriended always felt really cheesy and was only an excuse to have something kill off the characters in a convenient way. So I was relieved at first that they omitted ghosts from Unfriended 2, but the dark web hacker people are basically the same thing. They just happen to be able to do everything so conveniently, from hacking people to death to having an infinite number of evil minions who can go out and commit atrocious crimes like kidnapping and murder. I'm also serious when I say that people are hacked to death. Okay, to be fair, they're killed by other means, but hacking plays a massive role in their deaths, and it is hilarious. The hacking methods are even shown through the Skype call, since I guess the dark web hackers can apparently hack Skype and appear just like the ghost did in Unfriended 1. For example, the death of the Asian girl, which was already spoiled in the trailer, happened because the dark web hackers hacked her community college profile and got her home address and phone number. We get to see a literal YouTube video of the whole hacking process, and then somehow they lure the girl up to the roof of her apartment building, and one of the hacker guys pushes her off. The image of him in the video also glitches. So how did they get her to the top of the building? Also, the video we watch of her death is a video someone else recorded and put up on YouTube. So why did the hooded guy's image glitch then? How did they do all this so quickly? The death of the obnoxious AJ character is even more ridiculous. It turns out that he has a YouTube channel and his videos are about him ranting about conspiracies and the like. So we see a feed where the dark web hackers sift through his YouTube videos and take voice clips from them and edit them together into a message about him gathering assault weapons. Then they call the cops on him, and when the cops arrive, the dark web hackers, get this, turn up the volume on his computer and play a sound effect of a shotgun reloading, and then the cops shoot AJ to death. I swear, it was one of the funniest things. When the first Unfriended came out, people made a big deal over the filming style of the movie. How it was all done in one take, how it all took place on one computer screen, how the websites and computer programs were portrayed so realistically, yada yada yada. Skype looked like Skype, Facebook looked like Facebook, whatever. It's kinda neat, but it was already used in movies like The Den, another dark web-based horror movie that devolved into a quasi-slasher. Unfriended 2 employs the same filming style. Again, on a surface level, it seems fine. However, what kills the immersion in both films is all the post-production crap. When it comes to cliches, especially in horror movies, Hollywood can never fucking help itself. In Unfriended 2, one of the most irritating things is the post-production sound effects put in to make situations seem more tense than they are. This was a pervasive problem throughout the first Unfriended, and they toned it down a little bit for this movie, but it's still as prevalent and distracting as ever. For example, there are so many times when Matthias is searching around his computer, discovering new bits of creepy information, and then there's this low rumbling sound in the background that keeps getting louder and louder. It's distracting and it's insulting. Like, the information being learned is horrifying stuff and unnerving already. We don't need cheesy, scary sound effects to go with them. The dark web chat room also makes ominous pinging sounds whenever a new chat message pops up, as if we didn't get that this chat room was sinister already. Also, the incessant glitching whenever a dark web member appears on screen. Do they have like some kind of electronic jammer on them? Why is it only ever their image images on the screen that glitch up, like when the guy pushes the Asian girl off the building. They're already wearing dark hoods that cover their whole body and face already, so what's the point of the glitching? Also, whenever the laptop's real owner messages Matthias through Facebook chat, his message appears as white text with the sinister black background, and the text is all in caps, and the messages only last a few seconds before they start to glitch and disappear, complete with their own post-production ominous rumbling sound, of course. Really? Stop force-feeding all this horror crap to the audience, filmmakers. We're not stupid. So, this is something I learned after watching the movie, but it turns out that Unfriended 2 actually has 2 different endings. However, if you go see the movie, you'll have no idea which ending you're going to get. This is apparently what Clue, the 1985 movie, did. However, Clue was actually a whodunit murder mystery, so it made more sense to do so. But what's the point of even doing it for a cheesy horror movie? Like, it's not worth watching more than once. And from what I understand, one of the endings is far inferior to the other. I read up on them a little bit, and I'm gonna spoil both of them now. Apparently, ending 1 involves Matthias going to meet his girlfriend to make sure she's okay. However, he gets hit by a truck and gets killed, and his girlfriend wanders into a creepy dark warehouse where it's implied that she gets killed. Ending 2, which is the one I saw, involves Matthias going to meet up with his girlfriend, but there he finds a freshly dug grave. He gets knocked out by one of the hacker people and wakes up buried alive. His girlfriend shows up later and tries to call him to find out where he is, but he's actually right underneath her feet. He tries to speak to her via video call, but the dark web hackers somehow glitch his mouth so she can't read his lips. He also can't text either because they alter every message to tell her that he can't do sign language well, which is exactly what they've been fighting about. It's somewhat of a fitting ending for such an unlikable character, and it's certainly a horrifying death, but at least this ending sounds a lot better than the other one. Both endings have the same stupid plot twist though. Both endings end with the revelation that the whole thing was all an elaborate plot set up by the dark web people to get this, frame Matthias and his friends for the whole kidnapping and snuff film thing. Believe me, it's as stupid as it sounds. Long story short, Unfriended Dark Web is a load of pure nonsense. The plot falls apart the second you start to think about it, the characters are unlikable, the events of the movie are so contrived that it's mind-boggling, and worst of all, as a horror movie, it isn't even scary. If you really want to see something scary based off the internet, just go on the internet. Thanks for watching.